Welcome to this video. We're going to go through a step-by-step process how we applied an epoxy floor. Step 1, you need to grind the concrete. You want to make sure that the concrete is going to be in a good condition to prepare the surface so that it will be ready to accept the new coating on top, the epoxy coating. So here we're diamond grinding, and we're also at the same time collecting the dust to make sure that there will be no dust left. Obviously you need to vacuum afterwards as well. And now we've gone on to the priming phase. We're applying a two-component epoxy primer with the roller. The point here is you want the primer to penetrate the substrate. You want it to go deep into the floor. You want to make sure it will be in a good condition for the application so you can afterwards apply the paint. And now we've finished with the primer, and this is how the floor looks afterwards. So the priming phase has been completed. You can see the floor, it's some parts it's shiny, some parts it's less shiny. We are basically inspecting it now. We want to see if there are any holes, any problems in the floor, because the next stage is you want to make sure that all these cracks and visible holes will be filled up and covered. And that's exactly what we're going to show you now. Here's an example of a hole or an area that needs repairing. So we will need to apply epoxy grout here, and another example where you will need to apply epoxy grout to be sure. Another important part is you need to fill up the floor joints. The best is to use a elastic compound and a durable elastic compound to fill up the floor joints so they don't show in the final floor. You can cover it on top with epoxy. So now we've actually applied the first coat. We don't have any footage from the first coat, but what I'm showing you here is the actual floor after the first coat. You can see that in several parts it needs more grinding, like all the little problems are visible now, so we need to grind this floor again, lightly grind it and sand it, so you can now apply some more, you may have to apply some more grout, some more repairing. The main point is before you apply the final coat, you want to eliminate all these problems, like this one here. And here we see the worker actually grinding the floor again, sanding it more, I'd say, to make sure that you'll have a perfect floor. And now we're getting ready for the second coat. We are now going to mix the two components together, the epoxy resin and the epoxy hardener. Here we see the procedure on how to mix the two products together. And you got to be very careful here. You got to make sure that you empty out all the part of the B component, and using an electrical mixer you mix for at least 2 minutes before you start applying the product. So take your time, and then here we see the second coat being applied. The second coat, you want to make sure when you do start you've cleaned up the whole place. There's no dust, there's nothing. You want to apply a nice final finish. This is going to be how the floor is going to look. And as you see, we're going to achieve a very nice final finish. It will have a small roller sort of mark on it because it is being applied with a roller. But what the client in this case wanted was a nice clean floor. He wasn't that interested in a self-leveling. He just wanted a nicely coated floor. So that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and you can visit the links on this screen to learn more about us and learn more about our websites. Visit LearnCoatings to get articles, and arctisis.eu for our products. Thank you very much for watching.